Hey folks, thank you for joining me. And it is my privilege now to have the guy widely considered the greatest heavyweight in UFC history, the reigning UFC heavyweight champion, who on August 15th at the Apex in Las Vegas will defend his belt in a really highly anticipated trilogy against the former champion Daniel Cormier. Of course, I'm talking about Stipe Miocic. Stipe, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. How you doing, sir?
I am doing awesome. Really looking forward to the fight. It has been an eventful year since last you fought. You've had some eye issues. Obviously, the pandemic broke out. So let's start there. The pandemic, what that kept you from fighting for a while. What was that like? You know, I know you love to fight, but also you love your job as a firefighter and helping people. You were going out on COVID-19 calls, weren't you?
Yeah, I just with the whole situation, it's not that I didn't want to train. I couldn't train. I had nowhere to train. You know, everything was shut down. You know, Ohio's one of the first states to shut down. You know, it was shut down for a while. And all that people don't understand that. Like, pick a job. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I can't train. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, knock on wood, everything's been good so far. Nothing, you know, it's come up from working the station. We've been pretty good there, and taking, being safe with all the manners. But it's been going good.
The eye poke from the last fight, you had, if I'm not mistaken, you had two procedures done on your eye. Is that correct?
One. They looked at it the first time, the second time they did the procedure.
Okay. And so explain to me what happened. You got a scratch on the cornea. Is that what it was, or the retina?
No, I was having spots in my eye, and then I was getting this.
The floaters?
Like a lightning bolt. I don't know, it was weird. And then just I was like, I'll probably go away. Maybe maybe I was dehydrated or something. And because after a flight, you don't know. And so I waited a few weeks, and then actually I look, I'm like, man, it's not getting any better. So I went to the doctor. He's like, yeah. He's like, you better get checked out. So I went to a retina specialist in here in Cleveland, and he's like, yeah, you're tearing your retina.
Man. So obviously back in the day, when Sugar Ray Leonard first retired, he retired because of a detached retina. Now, they can do that. But still, did you give your career any consideration at that point? Because, your vision is so precious to you. Like when you knew that, you had that injury, did you ever think, do I need to do this anymore? I know you made a lot of money in your fight career. Was it something that, you ever gave consideration to?
Well, yeah, definitely. I definitely thought about it. Just because I want to be able to see my daughter with both eyes. But I talked to the doctor, and he told me, explained everything. He's like, you're good. He's like, just let you know it is weakened, so it could happen again. But he's like, it's healed up. You should be good. He's like, just take your time. So he gave me, said nothing exerting. Don't get punched in the face for a while. So I took the time, and mid-January started getting back in the swing of things after the procedure was done, and started training, and then COVID hit, and all craziness happened. And so, because I would have fought DC a lot earlier, but unfortunately, I had the pandemic. Like I didn't plan it. It wasn't my storyline of what I wanted to happen. But it is what it is.
I know this pandemic has been crazy. My wife is a doctor, and she has had to deal with it, with COVID and everything. I wonder your experience, like, what has it been like going out and dealing with it? What have you had to do when the calls come in, like as a paramedic? What have you had to do to help people during this?
Well, first things first is when we get to the station, we have to check our temperature, make sure that we're not elevated. We don't have any symptoms, we don't show up, but we've been actually pretty good at the station. A couple other stations in the area, have had a few cases in their station, but we've been pretty good. On calls, we wear goggles, we wear an N95 mask, so we always wear gloves no matter what. And sometimes we gown up, it just depends, but usually we do, just full kit ready to go. So something most times since we got to take two just to be on the safe side, and then we scrub down the squad and all that good stuff.
I always think that somebody who is in a business like you are, as a paramedic, as a firefighter, you're in the industry to serve people, right? That's why you do what you do, to help people, to serve them. So do you get some kind of gratification even more now that, you're making a contribution to the world at a time when, so many Americans are dying, so many people are sick? Do you feel like, you've been able, and you've been questioned about why do you keep doing, a firefighter as you're fighting, right? But is this why you do it? Because now what we're going on now?
Yeah, definitely. I just love what I do. Honestly, I love being a fireman. I love everything about it. I worked real hard to get there, and I just want mom to be proud of me. I did something, her and her sons, they both have good jobs. And besides me being a fighter, but like, we have a great, fighter. My brother's IT guy who went to school and did all that great stuff. So, I think we both want to, my mom to be proud of us and be happy. And, but else, like I said, I just love what I do. I love helping people. My whole life I've been helped too, and so I just wanted to give back. And there's a lot of times where I needed something and, people help me. So just, I like, I don't keep score. I always give and take,
I was going to say, there's a lot of good things and a lot of bad things about the pandemic. One thing is if the NFL gets canceled, at least the Browns won't finish last place again.
Cancel the season?
In the regular, if they cancel it, at least we know then the Browns won't finish last.
Wow. They didn't finish last year. Last year, did they? I don't think they did.
Yeah, they weren't ahead of the Steelers. That's all that mattered. So anyway, that's just
wow. You're cutting deep right there, my friend.
I was thinking about you last night when I said, what are my least favorite teams in all the sports? And I had to say, well, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Philadelphia Flyers. So, I'm sorry about that.
Fair enough. At least you have a football team now.
Anyways, hey, let's talk about the two fights with DC. The first fight, it was like you control the fight early on, and then he lands that punch and finishes you. The second fight, he's controlling, and then you make the adjustment. Was it something that you saw in the fight, or was it just instinctive when you started going down to the body to kind of change the way the fight rolled?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever started so slow in my life. In any of my fights, I usually start fast. And, I start to pick up the pace the best I can. I just, I was just stuck in mud for a little bit. I started waking up in the second round. Third round, I definitely opened up more. By the fourth, I was good to go. I'm going to start like that again. That'd be terrible. Yeah, we work on it all the time. I just never, had to go there. And so I saw, I'm like, hey, let's give it a shot here. Let's see what he likes. And I hit it the first time. It's okay. Did it again. I'm like, all right, now we're good. We got something here. So set a different setup to get to it, and it just kept working.
Do you think, he's made the comment, bring your wrestling shoes, you're fighting in a 25-foot cage. There's been talk out there, and I don't know if it's accurate. Maybe you can confirm it. You asked UFC to do a 30-foot cage. So will the 25-foot cage make a difference, and will it favor him if, in fact, he is planning to wrestle you?
Well, I mean, it definitely looks like it's in his favor because he's a wrestler, but I mean, I thought we were fighting. I didn't know we were wrestling, but I train in a 25-foot cage every day. So it's not like nothing new to me. And, I just be smart, we work on it and, we're doing everything we can to be ready for this fight.
You have, as I understand it, you built a kind of a little training area in your basement, right? So you don't even have to leave home. So, and is that like 25 foot down there?
No. I wish. Well, my last house, I could add a cage, and I had a massive 3,000 square foot barn with the heat. It was great. And we moved, which I'm happy. I love our house now. It's even better. But yeah, I have a good area down in the basement. It's pretty big, but not massive. But it definitely gets the job done.
Right. So you
feel a lot. We can do a lot down there. We grapple, wrestle, spar, have bags and stuff. So it's not huge, but it's definitely big enough.
Do you feel like going forward, that would be what you would do, even if the pandemic ends? Would you do it at home so you're with your family, or would you still, go out?
Yeah, honestly, I feel so much better. Like rejuvenated. I'm at home with my daughter more. She sees me while I'm training. Like it's fun, I just I don't have to leave. I just feel more. I don't know. I feel comfortable. It is different too. I like different too, and it's something new. And I think that helped out a lot. And I just I liked it a lot. Actually, I wish I did a lot sooner.
Do you buy the notion that this is, and does it mean anything to you that this fight is to determine who the greatest heavyweight of all time is? Do you feel like the winner is the greatest, or is there somebody else, or do you even care?
Everyone's saying it is. So I'm just gonna go out there and do my job. Go out there, win, get the belt wrapped around my waist, and still walk out with my hand raised, and that's it. Then everyone has their own opinion. They can think yes, they can think no. I don't care. All I care about is being a champ.
Right. Why do you think it is? I mean, you had 3 title defenses. That's a record. You see these other divisions, John Jones has this long list of title defenses. George St. Pierre racked them up. There's a lot of people that have a lot of defenses. But in heavyweight, for all the great fighters, going back to Randy Couture when he held that UFC heavyweight championship, guys don't defend the title well. Is there something about heavyweights? Is it the fact that there just hasn't been that many good heavyweights? Or can you put your finger on why it is that there's so much turnover at heavyweight?
I don't know. I think just because it's a different division, it's big guys throwing with small gloves, they throw bombs, and it just takes one. Anything can happen in the heavyweight division. That's why it's exciting. No matter how good. I mean, it doesn't matter the guy is as good as the other guy. Just one punch is all it takes. I think that's very. You don't know what's going to happen, honestly.
There was talk, speculation that I never saw coming from you, but people on the internet. So be careful what you believe. But said that you may retire after this fight. DC has talked about retiring, but also that you may walk away after this fight. Is that true, or are you still planning to continue win or lose?
I'm still playing the fight. I feel good, man. The minute I'm not having fun, I'm out. This camp has been a lot funner than usual. I don't know why. We always have fun, but I think just with everything going on, it's just like honestly been the boys. Just team real close together. It's been great. They come over. My daughter loves it. She's my head coach is her godfather, so she goes hand for him, and it's just fun coming over. We all hang out and just get great workouts in and just enjoy life and just it's like it's almost like a boys club.
Awesome. Let's wrap it up with this. How do you see this fight playing out? I mean, do you think stylistically it'll be similar to the last fight, or do you think there's going to be adjustments that'll make it a distinctly different fight than the other one?
Well, definitely. I think both of us will definitely have adjustments to the fight. We've been working on the weaknesses we had in our last fight. I think we're going to strengthen most of the weaknesses, and I think we're gonna come out swinging. Of course, he said it's gonna be his last fight. But I'm gonna go out there. Unfortunately, he's gonna end in a loss. I'm walking out. My hand raised. About wrapped around the waist. Like I'm saying, like I'm not gonna lose. I've trained too hard. He's trying to take something that's mine. I'm not giving it up this time.
Awesome. Stipe, appreciate that so much. On August 15th on pay-per-view live from Apex in the beautiful city of Las Vegas, Nevada, my hometown. It will be Stipe Miocic against Daniel Cormier for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. You don't want to miss that. Stipe, thanks again.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, Stipe.